You got 5 seconds to subscribe and like the video, or face Jarvis will no-scope you while you sleep. What is up, boys? Arky here, back again with a brand new video. So for today's video, boys, I'm bringing you a new aim assist guide. These settings are gonna work the best in season 5, and since my last video, I tweaked them a little bit to get even more control and strength with the aimbot we're getting. But before we begin, I hope you are subscribed to the channel, as that helps out a ton. I don't have many subs, and any support is highly appreciated. So yeah, onto the video. And for our first tab, input, I'd advise turning on controller auto run, because you can use that extra keybind to bind some builds like a wall or a cone. Controllers don't have a lot of buttons, so this is always very useful to have. And then have Builder Pro set to on as well, because we all need it. It does increase your build speed by a lot, because you don't have to click that much buttons anymore. And for edit hold time, I have it for 100 milliseconds. So yeah, not too fast or slow. I know some people prefer 150 or 200, but I don't know, I just want to have it a little bit more speedy. Like if you hold it down for even a slight moment, that means I'm already in the edit mode, and I won't hold it down ever if I don't need to enter that mode. So yeah, you get me. It's always better to have the time as low as possible, because you won't be accidentally clicking it. And onto the second tab, we've got sensitivity. I use the build mode sense multiplier of 1.8 and edit 2.1. And the edit is a bit faster for those quick twitch reflex edits. So if you need to edit a wall and catch someone lacking, you can do that with just a flick of a motion. Really recommend you guys copy these settings and try them if you aren't using higher edit speed already. I mean, everyone uses it, and it makes you play a lot faster and better. But yeah, don't worry about the top two settings, look sensitivity and aim sensitivity. They are blurred out and unavailable because you need to have the use advanced option turned on. If you get it turned on, you get a new window unlocked down below, so we'll get into it right now. And yeah, for horizontal look speed, you'll want it at 72%, just like the settings I'm showing you on my screenshot. And the vertical speed should be at 68%, so a little bit slower than horizontal. And here's where you can actually customize it a little bit to your liking. So my horizontal speed from side to side is a little bit faster than my natural sense. Like, this is the aim speed I used to aim and hit my shots, but I made my vertical sense a little bit slower for a reason, and that is when you have someone below or above you and he or you making a jump shot, I like to make the sense a bit slower to have more control on the crosshair when I'm in the air, because jump shots are usually very tight, so you don't need a lot of crosshair movement, and you just need to line it up with the person while you're falling and hit it when the crosshair finally lands on the player. So I think a slower sense will allow you to land that crosshair placement far more easier, because it will just make it more accurate. If it's slower, you have more room to work with, and that's a really big plus. But keep in mind that you may be a different type of player. So there are people that prefer a faster vertical sense than horizontal. And that's because there's two types of players. Ones that want to have more accuracy in their jump shots, so the settings I said previously, and then the others that want to just flick fast to the target and land on it. And of course, this method has less accuracy, but it's good if you're a rushy type of player, where you need that speed and momentum. So if you feel confident in jump shots, then go for a quicker sense. And because our horizontal speed is at 72 and vertical is at 68, that's a 4% decrease. I'd say try to change the vertical sense to a 76%, which is going to be a 4% increase from vertical. So yeah, the same amount of up or down, try and roll with it and see if it needs to be slowed down or make it even faster. Whatever floats your boat really on this one. But onto the next point, and we've got turning horizontal and vertical boosts, and I'd say keep them both at 0%. We don't need any boosts because they decrease your accuracy and they are pretty inconsistent. This isn't season 1, so yeah, this thing is kind of outdated, and turning boost ramp time should be set to 0 seconds, and instant boost when building turned off as well. So just turn everything off or to 0 for the rest of this tab. And for our next tab, we've got advanced ADS sensitivity. And here you'll want to put ADS look horizontal and vertical speeds both to 8%. That is a pretty average speed, which isn't fast and even a little bit slower when compared to the average. So yeah, it should fit anyone new or old to the game. And if you feel it is a little bit slow, then don't worry, you can turn it up. But I wouldn't recommend you going over like 13 or 14 speed, because then that may be too fast and you may see a decrease in your accuracy. And for the rest of this tab, so things like turning boost ramp and ramp time, have them all at 0% and 0 seconds. And for our final 2 tabs, we've got advanced settings and controller dead zone. And don't miss out, I will cover some pretty important updates on the controller dead zone, because it may affect your gameplay and you need to choose it wisely depending on your controller. But before that, we've got advanced sensitivity tab. And for Luke dampening time, we've got 0 seconds. The Luke input curve should be exponential, and this is a bit different from what I usually roll with, because I always used linear before, but I decided to give exponential a bit of a go because I found myself in a lot of fights where I kept losing them, because my aim assist was just like not strong enough to compete with them in a vertical level. So like I found myself having a lot of vertical gameplay fights, especially at endgame, when everyone has a lot of building materials and they just pop off some crazy 90s. So yeah, I really recommend you try exponential too, if you have been a linear fan like myself for a long time, because I don't know why, but I found myself at a disadvantage with linear for like a few weeks at start of this season, and the exponential settings gave me a boost that I was missing. But yeah, that's been covered. Let's go into the controller dead zone settings, and the most important thing I can say is the move and look speed should be the same. Like I have them both at 12%, and I'd say that is pretty mid to worse than average dead zone. My controller is pretty old. It's like 2 years old now. I got it when I had to replace my PS4 Pro controller, which broke. But yeah, I found that if you aren't using an elite or modded controller, I would not go below 10. Like 12 is, as I said, pretty average, and a 15 will be really bad. It's like if you have a controller that's 6 years old, if not more, then go for a solid 7, because your controller was definitely built for accuracy and you should be using it. And for the last thing, we've got food control settings. Set it to off, and food control dead zone and max throttle at 1%. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, because this is it. Go into the game, tell me what you think about these settings. It took me quite some time to get them just right, and I had to tweak them a little bit, but not make them too personal, so the average player could still use it as an average aimbot and then configure it to their standing. But I did give you some tips on how to customize it in your own playstyle, so I hope this was useful. And yeah, this is pretty much it for this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, then do so right now, because I upload daily Fortnite videos that cover things like aim assist settings, aim tips, training courses, and everything like that to help you improve at the game. So if you heard something that sounded interesting, then don't hesitate to drop that sub button down below. And I hope I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, peace. Hey guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoy and find it useful. If you want to join my future Battle Pass and V-Box giveaways, do make sure to easily apply by subscribing and leaving a comment with your Fortnite username. I will be choosing 5 random people in the near future for weekly gifts. Peace.